Hi guys, I was getting a really strong message when I was out on my walk about tower energy, and I asked the Most High Divine to speak through me and the cards. And one of the first cards that jumped out was the Tower. And this can fill us with a lot of fear. We often think, oh my God, there's a big crumbling that's going to happen in our life. And obviously, our higher self knows that it's for our best and that good things will come of it. But it can incite a little bit of fear. But the message that I was getting was really like, this is not what you think it is. This tower, this crumbling, that's already been taking a place in your life. So don't be scared that anything big or major is going to happen in a bad way. It's already been happening. And it's a crumbling of old foundations. I'm specifically talking childhood wounding, core beliefs, things that you were conditioned with that you have always believed to be true. And actually, you're now discovering a lot around love, actually, and relationships, how you show up in a relationship, who you are in a relationship, how you love yourself, how you were taught and conditioned to love yourself and others, what role you play in a relationship, which obviously a lot of the time starts for us with our parents or guardians, and how we were brought up to love ourselves or to do things for others before ourselves. So I'm really getting that you're going through this big shift, this foundational shift of change for the better, and you can already sense the impact it's having on your mindset specifically. It's so easy sometimes when we're going through big shifts to kind of jump in and out of timelines and mindsets from head to heart of what's right, what's wrong, old ways of acting, and then kind of nudging ourselves back on track to what is the more heartfelt response to loving ourselves, to judging others less, to judging ourselves less. I heard today something that really resonated, and maybe it's connected with you, but it was when we are angry at other people or triggered into anger by other people, it's often because we're highly critical. And if we're highly critical of others, it's because we're highly critical of ourselves, because we were subject to perfectionism or critique from our caregivers. And that taught us, not to love ourselves before everything was perfect, to make sure everyone else was okay before we give that love and acceptance and just peace of mind and being to ourselves. Like, how many times have you thought, I need to do all this, and this before I can relax? Yes, sometimes having a clean space, if it's about tidying, it helps us because it gives us a clean peace of mind. But I feel like this is more about doing in life and behavioral qualities you have. And it's just like, if you do that, if you rush around and try and do things before you let yourself relax, where are you ever going to let yourself relax? Because you're telling the universe that everyone else's needs come before your own. And I'm here to tell you that they don't. You're just as important, you're just as special. And to you, more so, you are your number one priority, and that is divine. That's perfect, because when you are filling up your own cup, then you can share that with others and inspire them to fill up their own cups. So this is not a bad sign. This is an amazing thing. There's a lot of light coming through from this big foundational change. And so many cards popped out when I was shuffling, but I asked what the solution to this was and heard that it will work itself out. It is the Hierophant, it is the path of ascension, it's this light, this happiness, this peace, like sit with it, sitting with your emotions, your feelings, feeling into them, like not only observing like we do in a meditative state, but actually letting yourself feel the tougher things that come out, and try not to judge. We have the judgment card. Try not to judge what's coming up and label it with the left hemisphere of the brain and analyze it and work it out. It's easy to do that. It helps us feel we have a sense of control, but being in the right side, just loving and accepting the anger and the fear that comes up, because it's that thing of, would you shout at a little child that was upset? No, you would give them love and support because they're scared. Under a lot of people's anger is a fear of safety. And when they're angry and highly critical, they tend to project, judge, label, all out of wanting to feel safe within themselves, because they feel like if they control or attempt to control the situation, there's some form of safety, which again comes back to this early childhood foundational things of something not quite being what they believed it to be. Hearing my alarm going off, that's interesting. I just feel like this is the divine kind of really shaking you up now with that tower energy of like, come on, you're better than that. We love you. It's time for you to love yourself, get your confidence back, shine. What's this quote? Time to shine and feel good. Time to shine and feel good. Be the star. I've got star earrings. Be the star in your own life. You're worthy and it's time. And yeah, just releasing this judgment, setting yourself free. Set yourself free from other judgment too, because that can bring us down so much, but it is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. And I feel like through this big period and time of unconditional love, you're learning to love yourself and other. We have this hanged man, you'll be turning, things are shifting, are getting ready to shift beneath the surface of this water. These signs and symbols and synchronicities are coming through for you. And there's a lot of animals in these cards, movement. We have the chariot with the horses. We have 10 of wands, packing up and moving, walking on this path, working with others to build something, building an empire, I just heard. Horses again, freedom, creativity, living it up, lighting it up, taking your own path. There's a lot about scales, balance, justice, weighing things up. I think it's all to do with judgment of self and other, working out which way to go. But you got this, like the snake that's shed all these layers already. You've done so much healing work and you're doubting yourself. You're kind of in lack of confidence, fear of like, should I go this way? Should I go that way? But it doesn't matter. Listen to your heart, but whichever way you go will be just right for you in that moment. So to step out of fear, trust this transformation, trust this death and rebirth that's taking place. And yeah, there's some anxiety, there's some fears here, these swords cards of just trying to work it out. Where's the key to the door? Being tied up, but you're not tied up, you are free. The door is open and you can step up and walk away, walk out of this mental turbulence that's been happening. Go behind it, know that you are an enlightened being and the light is within you. And there's nothing that you can't handle. And if you're working through something mentally right now, know that that's coming up because you are equipped to deal with it. And the divine is nudging you to work through this outdated trauma because it's time for it to not hold you back anymore. Again, it's this Tower card of transformation, healing, penetrating this old traumas, these old foundations that are not working for you. New life, like look at the woodland creatures and harvest. Like you're so ready for this harvest, for this abundance to come in, for this light. It might seem chaotic right now. It might seem like, what's right, what's wrong. I'm in my head. I want to be in my heart. My mind is playing tricks on me. Goblin energy, things keeping you up at night, but it's all illusion. Have faith and trust in yourself that you will get through this. Like after the night comes the dawn. Even in the dark, there's light. There's moonlight. Even if it's dark in your room, behind the curtains, there's a moon. Even behind the clouds, if you can't see it, it's there. It's like, yeah, these thoughts squawking at you, but knowing there's light there, that's so magical. And trusting in yourself and the divine, this beautiful feminine energy we have of lights and enlightenment coming in. And to finish, the lover. So love yourself unconditionally. You got this, and it's going to be okay.